Fire marshal says tonight that these Tesla charging stations in the town of Littleton were intentionally set on fire. You can see them really.
And it's scary that someone would come and torch this because it's hazardous to society, hazardous to the air, and dangerous for all of us. So.
Flames light up the night and smoke fills the air. What had once been a busy charging station is now twisted metal and ash. But this isn't an accident. It was set on fire. With growing fires and spreading chaos, one chilling question looms. What comes next? In this video, we reveal the deep and sickening truth of such fires. Who is behind the attacks? What is their motive? Is it something much bigger? Let's explore. Tesla charging stations burned to the ground. In the town of Littleton, the damage is extensive. This former charging station for electric vehicles is now just scorched with blackened rubble. The fire marshal has also confirmed that this was not an accident. Someone set these stations on fire, and it was a serious public safety risk. The implications are unsettling. Torching these stations is more than vandalism. It's a direct threat to the environment and those living nearby. Fires such as these give off toxic fumes into the atmosphere and cause hazardous conditions for the first responders and the community. Hearing that someone would travel there to do something like that is terrifying and troubling. But this isn't a one-off event. Tesla Superchargers, high-speed charging stations that thousands of electric vehicle owners depend on, are targeted by vandals nationwide. These attacks are growing more common, more destructive, and more deliberate. In some cases, folks are arriving with tools, slicing through thick charging cables, smashing screens, and destroying the components that keep these stations functional. This is not minor vandalism, it's intentional sabotage. This issue isn't isolated to the US, and the wave of destruction is no border-bound phenomenon. Frenchmen damned to hell, 12 Tesla set on fire in one night. What was left after the fire was nothing but twisted metal and ash. Chilling reminder of just how far some people are willing to go. The big question now is, why? What's driving these attacks? Some of that is said to be an act of defiance against the move to electric vehicles, maybe driven by those who don't want to see companies like Tesla continue to dominate. Still, others wonder whether it's just reckless vandalism pushed to a perilous new level. Regardless of the motivation, the end result is clear: damaged infrastructure, financial losses, and a disrupted experience for EV owners who rely on these charging stations. Law enforcement agencies have redoubled their investigative efforts to apprehend the perpetrators. Surveillance cameras and forensic teams scoured the wreckage as authorities vowed to stop the attacks before they spiral out of control. In France, at least a dozen Teslas fell prey to what appeared to be an organized series of arson attacks on a lot near the southern city of Toulouse. 8 vehicles were completely destroyed, and the prosecutor's office opened an investigation into them. The flames were so intense that firefighters couldn't get a handle on them until it was too late to save the vehicles. We have seen an almost identical pattern emerge in Germany, where more than a dozen Teslas have been torched at various locations in recent weeks. Now, the focus has turned to the United States, where the most recent target is the state of Massachusetts. It has led to these disturbing attacks, where Tesla Supercharger stations, which are essential for all electric vehicle owners, have been intentionally set on fire. The latest incident occurred on Monday, March 25, 2025, in the early morning hours. Around 1 o'clock this morning, the Littleton Police Department started getting emergency calls about a fire at a Tesla Supercharger site at the Point Shopping Center, a busy retail center about 30 miles northwest of Boston. When officers arrived, they were faced with a chaotic and frightening scene. A number of the Supercharger stalls were engulfed in roaring flames, which, depending on the wind, sent thick black smoke into the night sky. The heat was so severe that it buckled the pavement near the site. Fire crews fought to get the blaze under control, but it was too late. The authorities jumped into action upon receiving the first reports. Police didn't waste any time and contacted the Littleton Electric Light and Water Department, urging it to shut off the Supercharger's power before it became an electrical giveaway. Before the utility crew so much as arrived, however, chaos reigned again. A second fire broke out at another charging stall nearby, so closely in time that it felt all calculated, like someone was hiding in the dark and wanted to inflict as much damage as possible. They fought the raging flames using firefighting hoses and foam to contain the devastation as the sun rose. It took hours, but eventually they got the fire under control. When the dust finally settled, the damage was staggering. 7 of about a dozen Supercharger units located at the site were utterly destroyed, reduced to charred, twisted husks. Once sleek and modern, the white casings had melted and blackened and were beyond any hope of repair. Investigators quickly opened a full-scale investigation. A special task force was formed, including the the Littleton Police and Fire Departments, the Massachusetts State Police Fire Investigation Unit, and State Fire Marshal's Office officials. They knew what they wanted to know, what exactly had happened. By the end of that day, the initial round of findings had left no doubt. This was an act of arson. The fires had been intentionally set, and the evidence strongly indicated an accelerant was used, presumably gasoline, in order to ensure a quick start and hot burn. The security cameras at the Point Shopping Center weren't the best. Early reporting on them was anything but promising, but they did capture some footage. The images were grainy and heavily shadowed, providing investigators with more questions than answers about who carried out the attack. It was nothing short of a miracle that no one was injured. Fires like that can spread quickly, catching nearby cars, structures, or the dense copses of trees surrounding Littleton as they burn. In just minutes, what could have been a contained emergency could have turned into a large-scale disaster. Tesla did not waste much time responding. Later, the company would do something unusual, issue a public statement. Normally, Tesla doesn't comment on incidents like this, so this was different. The company promised to replace all of the damaged superchargers and cables at the Littleton location in 2 days. That is no small undertaking. Every supercharger is a technical marvel in itself, requiring bespoke components and specialized crews to deploy. However, following through to complete such an enormous repair in such a short time frame is an ambitious challenge, and Tesla appears to be set to meet it. This is the first time Tesla has publicly spoken about the recent attacks against its charging stations. Electric vehicles have been set ablaze across Europe, and superchargers from coast to coast in the US have been vandalized. So far, the company has opted to address such incidents quietly. Their decision to speak out may indicate a shift in strategy. Maybe this is Tesla feeling the heat from customers and investors, or perhaps it is their way of reassuring owners that they are taking these threats seriously. Whatever the case, their rapid response in Littleton was impressive. Now that the investigation has been officially deemed as arson, the case has been added to the Arson Watch Reward Program. This statewide program rewards up to $5,000 for tips that result in an arrest, conviction, or prevention of crimes involving arson. Authorities are asking anyone who was near the Point Shopping Center that night, late-night shoppers, passing pedestrians, or even residents who heard something, to share information. Did someone spot a stranger loitering around the charging stalls? A car racing out of the parking lot? Even the tiniest detail might be the missing piece investigators see. Apparently, a guy with a Tesla punched someone driving a Polestar electric car, thinking the car was a Tesla. This bizarre and frightening trend is on the rise. Now we hear about other electric cars such as Rivian, Lucid, and Chevy Bolt being attacked only because they look like Teslas. People are sometimes scratching the paint, slashing tires, and even worse stuff. What began as minor acts of vandalism is escalating into something much more serious. Some owners are so frightened that they relocate to other cities after being threatened. It sounds as if some scary note is tucked under your windshield, or a threatening phone call comes in just because you drive a Tesla. It sounds unreal, but it's real, and it's happening. Many think it has much to do with Elon Musk, who runs Tesla. His major choices, his association with cryptocurrency like Dogecoin, and his relationships with influential political figures have made him a lightning rod for strong opinions. A lot of folks are upset with him, and that ire is now being unleashed on Tesla and other electric cars. Social media hasn't helped. People feel secure behind their screens and will say things online they would never say in real life. Thus, it has created a tsunami of hate against Tesla, which seems to increase every day. Protests are being held across various states, with groups meeting outside Tesla showrooms. In some areas, Tesla owners even faced harassment, as reported in California and Germany. Protesters on social media are naming the movement the Tesla Takedown or Tesla Takeover. Their goal was to take on Elon Musk and his company in a big way. Over the weekend, big protests were staged at major Tesla facilities, such as Austin, Texas, Fremont, California, and Miami, Florida. Protesters waved signs, chanted, and stood outside bright glass-walled Tesla stores. And this is just the beginning. Protest plans across the country are already underway, with one website logging protests from Seattle to Toronto. For a decade, Tesla was a glimpse into the future of technology, an infallible company with a cult following and innovations celebrated. But now, those same showrooms have been transformed into protest sites, illustrating just how much things have changed. Will these protests and demonstrations be bad for Tesla? It's hard to say. Elon Musk has always been about big ideas, space travel, and artificial intelligence, and he perhaps won't sweat a fall-off in sales. But the actual effects may come for blue-collar workers, technicians running wiring to charging stations, engineers designing new kinds of batteries, and sales employees fielding angry customers. They're not the ones making the big decisions, but they're the ones absorbing the backlash. Tensions are building in different ways. In one disturbing case, multiple Teslas were burned so severely that their logos melted away. Even a Tesla contractor asked those around the car to step back for safety. Firefighters responded late at night after someone saw flames on a nearby street. Evidence at the scene suggests the fire was set intentionally, and authorities believe it was not an accident. Officials are insisting anyone with information to step forward. Any tip, no matter how small, might help put a stop to these senseless acts of destruction. Tesla owners and EV enthusiasts, meanwhile, wait with bated breath. How long before the madness descends onto their own block? What do you think are those shocking attacks? So, are they part of a greater anti-EV movement, or just the brainchildren of a few misguided individuals? Tell us how you feel in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more of this developing story. See you in the next video.